it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time. I mean, you did Ziltoid, which was like insanely huge and in a bombastic album, and you also took some time to do Casualties, and now with the break, there's a lot of music which has come out from you from recent years. Of course, there has to be a time where you are not inspired or you want to take some break. But has it ever happened to you that like a lot of your energy has been taken out and you're like, I just need some hiatus, some indefinite hiatus, and then come back with all my batteries recharged?
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of things to keep me charged. I mean, I have a family and I do yoga. I eat well. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I mean, it's like I keep my mind engaged in ways that when I do stop and take a complete hiatus,
Mm-hmm.
the overwhelming thought in my mind is, this is not what I should be doing. This is
Okay.
not this is not what I'm here to do. I'm here to explore each phase of my world, and the outcome of that exploration is art in a lot of ways. And for me, I mean, fundamentally, art, my process, everything is of no real significance
Mm-hmm.
and completely self selfish. It's completely self-absorbed. However, I find, on the other hand, it's what I really enjoy doing in my spare time, and that's actually how Casualty started. I
Right.
came from doing deconstruction, which was just a nightmare. It's just a ton of sonic puzzles that you have to sort of
Right.
crowbar into each other. And so I would just sit on the couch at night where it was quiet and dark and everybody was asleep, and I just plunk away on a guitar, not because I was thinking, now I need to write another record. It's just because that was my way of decompressing.
Right.
And then that made another pathway that seemed to be interesting to follow. Now, I think the sort of workaholic and obsessive nature of all these things is potentially a real liability if you don't keep it in check.
Right.
But if the process is efficient in the ways that I really think mine is, I mean, dude, I don't spend a lot of time every day writing music. I spend most of my time doing life things,
Yeah.
like I got parents that are getting older and kids and soccer practice and my wife, and you got to I built a desk the other day, and I'm traveling and blah 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 blah. So all these things are what I spend the majority of my time doing,
Time.
but in the background at all times is it all seems to point that my day-to-day stuff illustrates new and sort of emerging themes. So when it comes time to write, it's more of a release
Race.
than
Right.
it is like a burden, right?
Excellent, man. That's wonderful. And in fact, I had a chat with Ryan. I think 2 months ago, he was doing the drum clinics, and you guys had a Australian tour as well. And he was like, "Hey, we're gonna start working on soon, and Devin is gonna be here." So, is there a progress with a new Devin Townsend album coming out this year?
Yeah, I'm just returning from rehearsal with them as well. I mean, yeah, and it's like because Z2 happened amidst the crowdfunding, amidst touring, amidst death
Everything.
and like just lots of shit. It was really a challenging and tiring experience. So I've tried to spend this year really putting the pieces together. So now that we are working on a new DTP record, the
Hmm.
process will be more streamlined, more efficient, and more fulfilling. And the way that I write is I just write a ton of music in the background of my life, and then I just bring it into rehearsal. And it's like, okay, guys, it goes like this. Let's smooth it out,
Hmm.
right?
That's cool. So, is it planned? Is it gonna happen this year, or do you have any rough
Oh,
date in mind?
yeah, yeah. We start recording on March 27th,
Hmm.
and comes out in September.
Cool. So another chapter in Devin Townsend's, diverse catalog. So don't know what to expect, right?
Yeah, well, you know what? In terms of what the music is, it's always hard to tell. But in terms of what the theme is, I can tell you, it's about getting over it, getting over yourself, getting over all that stuff. And I'm not saying that I am, but the point of it is that seems to be the next step, right?
Right,
Is
right.
I'll get into situations with people that I'll be really irritated by them, And recently there's been this sort of thing that's been going on in my process where I'm like, wow, this is your problem.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the person that needs to change. It's you and how you're reacting to them. And that's kind of new, right? And I think it's because I have been so pig-headed and so selfish about so many things for so many years, I've spent a lot of time being like, that person needs to change. This
Right.
person needs to change, right? So in a sense, this record, it's based around the sense of like, what needs to change is your reaction to these things and not them. You know?
Right, absolutely. It's absolutely true. I can totally relate to it. Cool. That's amazing. And we had a tough time for the past few weeks. We had, David Bowie and Lemmy, Heavy Metal Universe has been in a pretty tough side with the inspiration these guys have basically been part of for thousands and thousands of people around the world. How's Devin Townsend feeling with the departure of two legends?
Well, it's death, it's
Inevitable.
the only other thing that's guaranteed, right? So I mean, I think that you can focus on them not being here or focus on what they left behind, and I think that makes more sense, right? Lemmy, of course. I mean, Motorhead was the first band I ever learned a song from, but I mean, it's Lemmy. It's no surprise in a way,
Right.
Some people are like, oh, I thought Lemmy was going to live forever, but that was never really my frame of mind. I was like, no, the guy lives hard, man. It's like that's just what it was. And David Bowie is maybe a little more sudden, but in a similar line in terms of loss. It sucks to not have them in the world anymore, but at the same time, they left a bunch of things. So I guess we just got to be happy for that.
Absolutely. In fact, since David has a lot of, I would say, similarities with you in terms of the different stage personas he had, and obviously you have that as well. So I was, in fact, just thinking maybe Devin Townsend is the Bowie of metal.
Well, I mean, yeah, again, it's like that old adage, and I got to go because there's another interview, unfortunately, but it's like saying, you can call me anything you want, just don't call me late for dinner. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at with it. I'm the Devin Townsend of Devin Townsend. I don't know if there could ever be another Lemmy or another Bowie. It's or another Devin. It's just everybody does what they do, right? And I think that not being super successful at anything that I've done has really helped me not have to compromise that. I don't have to try and be anybody else because it's not going to work in any better or worse way than what I do if I don't, right? So
Absolutely. Now, before we conclude, you're working with Steve Vai on some stuff. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Steve asked me to sing on a bonus track for the reissue of his Passion Warfare record.
Mm-hmm.
I did it at my house, which was a nice change. But I sang all his melodies and did all what he asked me to do, and it was really a nice way to reconnect with him because he's done a lot of favors for me recently with Retinal Circus and all that. And
Right.
Steve's a good friend of mine, and it was 25 years ago, and it was a nice experience to be involved with his music again.
Awesome, Devin. Devin, thanks a lot, man. I had a great time having a chat with you. I look forward to see you guys in India down the road, some possible offer, and it would be great to meet and, just have a drink.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, you take care of yourself, and thanks for the interview, brother.
And you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.